Hello, welcome back to day 6 of the Clarity and Prioritization Challenge. So, yesterday we talked about how change works for the brain through neuroplasticity. Today we're going to talk about alignment and core values. They're the guiding principles that gives our life direction and meaning. Many of us know that values are important. Like, I know that obviously people know that some certain things are valuable to them, but there's often a real disconnect between knowing and actually living by values that are genuinely ours. So it's like kind of wearing a suit that doesn't quite fit. It might look fine, but deep down you feel uncomfortable and restricted. Sometimes we're wearing values that are tailored for someone else, like our parents or society, rather than for who we really are. So I use this example all the time, but kindness, for example, is an amazing value, great value to have, and it's always good to be kind. However, kindness is not actually in one of my top core values. So if I was to forego any of my top core values in an effort to be kind, I would start to lose alignment with who I am. And that would lead to feelings of being lost, empty, stressed, all these weird things because I'm trying to be a kind person. It's just not aligned with the top core values of who I am. So one of my top core values is actually achievement. So that doesn't sound nearly as great or noble as kindness, but if I worried too much about that or the social conditioning we have or about what other people think, if I didn't pursue things that give me a sense of achievement or accomplishment, I would become more and more uncomfortable and even deregulated. So it's the same with freedom. If I get a sense that something or someone is encroaching on my sense of freedom, I really start to feel stressed out and I don't feel myself. However, if I had a strong sense that I'm in alignment with my top values, then it is really easy for me to be kind, to give to others, because I have a strong sense of self, I have a strong sense of confidence, and I have a strong sense of overall purpose and fulfillment because I am authentically aligned with who I am, what I need, my personality, and then I can go and fulfill any other values I want, and I can actively choose those. But there are some that are inherent within you and within your personality that will be that will give your brain like a little dopamine hit when you do things in alignment with that. So today we're going to look at what it means to truly find that perfect fit, to align with values that reflect your authentic self. And it's about finding the comfort and confidence that comes when your actions feel right for you and nobody else. So by the end of today's session, you'll be able to identify some of your own core values and understand why they're essential for creating a life that feels natural and fulfilling. Imagine knowing that every choice you make aligns with your inner priorities, like wearing an outfit that makes you feel entirely like yourself. There's no more second guessing or bending to fit someone else's idea of success, just the satisfaction of living a way that's true to who you are. The main takeaway is that aligning your actions with your core values isn't just a nice idea, it's a path to real confidence and fulfillment. So when you act according to what's important to you, it reinforces the value within you, and it's like a positive feedback loop. Each time that you embody that value, your brain, like I said, gets a dopamine hit. It literally rewards you with that dopamine. It strengthens that sense that you are truly on the right path, and that's how you build confidence, and it's not from external achievements or validation, from the integrity of acting in line with what genuinely matters to you, not what genuinely matters to other people in your life. So I've worked with like many clients, and it's incredible when they connect with their true values. It has like a snowball effect. They gain so much momentum, their world begins to open up, and things just start to fall into place. It's like that satisfying moment when the first domino falls. It starts a perfect chain reaction in motion. Like, if you think about it. So say one of my core values was actually kindness. I've worked that out and I know that. The more I align with that, the more it becomes an identity thing, because I'm going to be doing kind things all the time, right? So when it becomes an identity thing, I know that I am a kind person, regardless of what anyone else thinks or does. And so that's literally what confidence is, right? So if I know I'm a kind person, I'm going to do more kind things because that's who I am. And then that's just a loop, strengthening and strengthening. And you're getting the dopamine hit, you're being kind, you're doing more kind things, and you know you're a kind person, and it keeps going around in circles. So I'm telling you, do not underestimate the power of this. This understanding has not only shaped my life and allowed me to lean into every aspect of who I truly am, but it's empowered so many others to live in a way that's like truly and authentically fulfilling to them. So I can't stress enough. Try and work out what your core values are. Here's a couple of steps that you could use to help start identifying and connecting with your core values. So first, think about times where you felt fully aligned. Reflect on these moments. They don't have to be big moments, just anything small when you felt you were truly yourself. You might have been with someone, you might have been by yourself, but those moments when you were truly yourself, what were you doing? And what specifically made it feel so right? Just as a tailored suit lets you move freely and comfortably, these moments will reveal some of your values that fit you really well. The other thing you want to do is notice where you feel restricted or misaligned. So identify the areas in your life where you feel uncomfortable or frustrated and like you're trying to fit into a mold that's not you. So they're usually signs that your actions are out of sync with your values, and it's worth exploring why. The more you can identify these areas, the easier it is to start shifting towards actions that feel like an actual extension of who you are. Once you've done those reflections, I would highly recommend you take the time to look at the elicitation worksheet that I've provided. I'll put it in the link below, and elicit your values based on what you want. So at the beginning of the week and then the lessons previous to this, you should have at least one goal or one thing you want. So you could also use the ChatGPT prompt, which I've put in there, and it will help you do the same thing. And then I have also given a list of common examples, but I would caution to look at them until you've at least attempted to elicit your own, because consciously we tend to pick up ones that sound good based on our conditioning. Like, it's really hard to forego that consciously. So if you look at a list, you're like, yeah, that's a value to me, that's a value to me, that's a value to me. And they might be, but it's usually more of a social conditioning thing. Whereas if you do the elicitation value based off what you want, then that's probably going to get you a few more values that are truly aligned with your personality and who you are and what you need for that little dopamine hit. So yeah, try and connect with the deeper parts of you that want those things. You know, like some people want money because of the power, or some people want money because of the safety, or some people want money because they're trying to find some sort of love or appreciation or affection. You know, they're all values within that thing that they want, the money, right? And so it's not the money that they want, it's the value that they hold within that. So whatever you're going after with what you want, there will be values in that your brain and yourself is trying to get, rather than the actual goal, if that kind of makes sense. So consider this. It might seem a bit strange to some, but think about it. Nothing we want has inherent value. Like, think about that. So I'm going to say that again. Nothing we want has inherent value. If it did, it would mean exactly the same thing to everybody, which is just not true. So we all subjectively prescribe value to things. Even if you did consider money while money does have an objective value attached to it, the value that to each individual changes relative to their circumstance. So $100 to a homeless person would have a greater value than $100 to, say, a billionaire. And if you take that $100, like if I took that $100 to Bali and convert it into Indonesian rupiah, that value increases. I can do more things with that same amount of money. Money often offers a range of different values, like I was just speaking about, to different people. Like it might be freedom, safety, stability, status, power, and there's like many others that it could be attached to. So what I value about it can be completely different to what you value about it, and that's completely okay. There is no right or wrong, it's just what's innate within you. And it's really important to be honest with yourself. And it's just when you're going to get an answer, there's no negative or positive. You can use things in negative and positive ways, but nothing is innately negative or positive. Like power, for example, can be used well or it can be used negatively. So it's fine, whatever the value in that is to you. It just depends on how you use it, but you want to find whatever that value actually is. Reflecting on your values over time will bring you more clarity and it will bring you more confidence. If you'd like to share your reflections or get support, our community is here to help. Sometimes hearing other people's journeys can give you a new perspective on your own values. So I would encourage you to share with others. But here's the big takeaway. Knowing and living by your own values is like finally finding an outfit that fits perfectly. When you live according to what matters to you the most, you don't need anyone else's approval. You're going to naturally be more confident, you're going to naturally be more fulfilled and grounded because your life feels like a reflection of you and your true self. Your brain's literally going to get rewarded with the good feeling chemicals each time you act in alignment. So take that first step, start discovering what matters and what makes you feel most authentic. And I'll be here tomorrow to help you bring even more clarity and focus into your life. I'll see you then.